Hello and welcome to Take a Look. Today we're going to take a look at FoodStock. It's a great event that's coming up on Saturday, July 28th at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair. And with us right now from the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair is Candace Smith. You are Director of Sales and Communication. Thanks
Correct.
for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And President of the Board of FoodStock, Tom Hayden. Thanks for being here.
Very nice to be here, Diane. Thank
And
you.
musician extraordinaire, too, I should add.
You're too kind.
Well, this is the 5th year for FoodStock. And how did this start, Tom?
Well, this was born out of just a simple conversation at a friend of mine, Todd Fuginetti, who happens to be a local musician extraordinaire, and we happened to be discussing how nice it would be if we had an event, raised money, because we were both very aware of the seriousness of the hunger issue in and around the Lancaster community. And we thought, gee, wouldn't it be great to go to this deep bench of musicians we have here in Lancaster and put an all-day event on, raise some funds, make it an annual event, and then donate that money to the organizations that are doing the hard work, heavy lifting, as I always like to say.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, Todd just simply looked at me and said, if not now, when? Kind of what are you waiting for?
Right.
So we got the ball rolling, and we went through the usual motions, established the nonprofit, brought on a board, and we've been trying to be the little engine that could ever since then. We keep trying to grow it every year.
That's great.
And we're starting to see some success now, so it's very gratifying.
It is gratifying. Now, it's Saturday, and it's in the middle of the summer, so it's a great time to come out and hear music, and there's food, and there's auction items, and it's all for a good cause. And it's at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair.
Yes.
Well, you can't beat that location. The stage is beautiful, Candace.
Well, thank you. And this year it's even more exciting because we are staging FoodStock in a new area of the estate. It's the Barn and Barrel area, and it'll be in a courtyard sandwiched between our brewery and our winery, which you can't beat that.
Yes.
And our new restaurant, the Faithful Fowl, will be open for people to purchase traditional Southern chicken dishes. So it's just going to be a great day.
Yeah. So it starts at 11 a.m. till 6 p.m., correct?
Yes.
That's correct.
Wow, so it's like 7 hours of music.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else going on that day then, Tom?
Well, we've got some craft vendors are going to be available. We have some wonderful silent auction items that have been donated by some local businesses that I think people are going to find really exciting. We have the usual 50-50 event going on. We have a Chinese auction going on. All some really nice items this year. We have just a fabulous lineup of musicians, which is the meat and potatoes of the event. I'm really excited about our lineup this year. We have the girls from Steel Radiance are coming back for their 5th year.
Yeah, we're going to talk to them soon.
Yes, and we have a lot of just people. I could spend the entire segment just going on about these musicians. But I'm really excited to be in the new area at the Ren Fair, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say that we wouldn't have gotten that extra push these last couple of years if it hadn't been for the Ren Fair sharing that vision with us and giving that extra support that we were looking for.
That's great.
I am very grateful to Scott and Candace and everybody at the Ren Fair for.
Okay, so how much are tickets and where do we get them?
Tickets are $25 a piece this year, and you can get them at PARenfair.com. Okay, and FoodStockPA.org.
Okay.
Both have links that'll take you directly to the ticket purchase website. Very easy, just a couple of clicks, and you can, get your admission.
And they'll also be available day of.
Get them at the gate? Okay,
Yes,
and there's free parking there
Correct.
too, right?
Yes,
So,
free parking.
and there's a lot of parking areas, so it's really easy to find, easy to get to too. The Ren Fair, has been around,
This is our 38th year
Wow.
of the Renaissance Fair.
Wow, it's great to have that in our area.
Yeah.
It really is a gem.
Yeah. And it's been great to partner with these guys. This being our 2nd year that we've
Right.
hosted FoodStock, I don't think I've ever met more dedicated people to their cause. So it's been our privilege to have them. So we're hoping to just grow it.
Yeah. So how many people do we expect?
Well, we're hoping to, every year we hope to beat the previous year's totals. Now, last year we sold in the area of 300 tickets. If you remember, there were some headlines the day before about a nor'easter coming in. And the year before that, we had the same situation. So hopefully this year we're going to get a clear forecast. But we had 300 tickets sold last year. Of course, we're hoping to surpass that this year. It would be wonderful to have a problem of actually having too many people there.
Absolutely. Well, and when you have a place like the Ren Fair, we can accommodate a lot of people.
Absolutely. We're never afraid of running out of space for people. The more the merrier.
Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of things to sample too, with the beers and with the wines, right? Candace?
Right. Our wine shop will be open, and you can sample. It's complimentary sampling. You can sample anything you like. The Mount Hope wine, the Lancaster County cider. The brewery will be open to sample the Swashbuckler Brewing Company beers. So there'll be a lot of things to do on the fringes of all of the amazing music and the raffles and things like that.
Food they're going to get to sample. What types of food?
As I said, we will have the Faithful Fowl open, kind of a la carte purchases, and we're hoping to have a food truck or two. We're still working on that, and that's going to depend on the ticket sales. So let's get those ticket sales.
All right. So it's a variety of different types of foods too. So the benefit. Who's going to benefit from this? What is the organization?
We're going to focus on the same organization we focused on last year's Conestoga Valley Christian Community Services.
Okay.
Yes, and then some smaller organizations. The more money we raise, the further out we can spread those donations. So as of right now, it looks like CVCCS is going to be our main beneficiary. And if we do extremely well this year, we're hoping to do some other smaller organizations that struggle. So.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. And it's coming together as a community for a good cause and making a difference too.
That's one of the things I'm proudest of this organization. It's a grassroots effort, and it's so nice when organizations like the Ren Fair and other local organizations say, when you tell them what you're trying to do and you explain the event to them, they are all in. It is so nice to see people want to get involved in the community.
Yeah. What I think is interesting with this too is logistics. Because you've got so many different bands. How many total bands? Is it 5 or 6?
6, I believe.
Six different bands. Okay. So it's 6 bands, and you're changing them on and off, and each one's on about how long?
Anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah. Yes. And what I love is so diverse, and we're going to find out more information about the types of music we're going to get experiencing. So thank you so much for taking time today and coming in and telling us about FoodStock. We will be right back, and we're going to talk to some of the musicians. Stay with us.
LCTV, your home of local sports, high school, college, and other local sports. Only on LCTV 66.
We're back, and we're talking about FoodStock, which is going to be held on Saturday, July 28th from 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. at the fabulous Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair. We are now with 2 of the musicians. There are 6 bands that are going to be here, and you're representing 2 of the different groups. We have Deb Olson, you are the drummer, and Rob Reese, you are a guitarist.
Yep.
Now, Deb, you've been doing this since the inception. This is year 5 for you. Boy, this means a lot to be a part of this, doesn't it?
Oh, it sure does. It's great. I even messaged them and I'm like, look, we want to do it again. It's just such a great feeling to be able to be a part of it and to give to the community and to bring musicians together.
Absolutely.
And bring people in and say, look, this is what we're given to, and come support it.
Yeah. So Steel Radiance is the band that you're a part of with this. And it's
all girl
band.
All girl band, all female band.
So tell us the composition of the band.
We're made up of 4. I'm the drummer, of course, and then there's my lead guitarist, she's got 60 years experience.
Yeah, she does.
She's phenomenal. She's opened for Led Zeppelin and all these famous people, and she's amazing. And then I have my bass player, and of course I have a new girl that started with us about a year ago who does the keyboard and has a phenomenal voice.
Okay.
So.
What type of music do you do then?
We do classic rock and blues.
Okay. That's so much fun. Yeah. And there's a lot of energy when you gals are on stage too.
Oh yeah.
Now Rob, this is your first year, so you don't know exactly what to expect with this, so.
Not at all.
and here's the thing, you're going to be up front. You're first. You're opening this whole thing. And you're going to do a solo act, is that right?
Correct, yep.
All right, so what type of music are you going to play?
Well, I've recently been getting into this Spanish flamenco style, just kind of nice, chill, easy summertime music, and so that's what I'm going to be doing there with my acoustic guitar. And
Okay. So you're going to kind of ease us in
Yeah.
around 11 o'clock-ish, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, that's the way we're going to start off. Now, you have an interesting background, too. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the very first song I learned on guitar was actually Crazy Train. And I have been a diehard metalhead since then. Iron Maiden, Slayer. If it didn't have big hair and tight leather, I didn't listen to it. And but in the past few years, I give a shout out to my in-laws here. They really love Ottmar Liebert. So when we go over for dinners and stuff, that's playing on the sound system, and I'm just like, man, that's so pretty. A few years ago, I had a chance to meet Ernesto Tamayo, a guitar player who is with Millersville, I think is what it is, and just opened me up to a whole other world of playing. And one day I plugged my acoustic into my electric amp and pedals, and I was like, it sounds so Spanish. And that's kind of
Let's just do it, right?
Yeah,
let's just do it. That's great. Well, this is wonderful because there's 6 different groups, and we're going to address a few of those. Another one of them is the hydrophonic. It's Philharmonic. It's a Grateful Dead tribute.
Grateful
Is that
Dead
right?
tribute,
You know
yes.
more
I
about
know
this.
the guitar player, Mike
Okay.
Steele. Yeah, he put that together. They usually play like a duo, but now he put this Grateful Dead band together, and it's doing very well for him. So they get around a lot. So
Okay.
yeah,
That's
they
good.
said it's more the 60s.
Yeah. Right.
You're going to get some of those people out there that are diehard Grateful Dead
fans, and they're just really going to get
Yeah.
into it. That's what I love about this, because there's also the Corsair Blue Jazz Orchestra that we're going to talk about a little bit later. So we're going from some different types of music, too.
yeah.
So it's you, and then it's the Corsair Blue Jazz Orchestra, and then into the Grateful Dead tribute, and then it's you with Steel Radiance. Benjamin Vo, blues.
Yeah.
Tell me about him.
If there is anybody in this world that has channeled the spirit of Robert Johnson, it is Ben. I mean, I got an opportunity to jam with him and meet him a few years back. Great guy. Just really kind-hearted, but musically just so creative. And just some of the stuff that he does on guitars in the realms of blues is so... It's kind of foreign to my metal style, and it was so wonderful jamming with him. And I know he's got some wonderful music that's ready to come out for people to listen to.
Well, do you know, is he going to be solo or more people? Do you know what his composition is?
The last time we had talked, it was a little while ago, but he had a 3-piece group.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be. It could just be him soloing, but I'm pretty sure it'll be a 3-piece.
Right. Okay.
So.
And then what we're going to do at the end, we're going to be wrapping up with Vinyl Groove, Motown, and a lot of great things there. They're really well known too, so we'll hear a little bit more about them. So being a part of this, what does that mean to you? I mean, the mission with this and making a difference.
I teach about 50 students a week. And my entire mission with them is not only just to learn guitar, but to be able to use their gifts and talents to help others and to serve others. And when Bobby had gave me a call about this, I mean, that's just right in line with my mission with teaching. It's about getting out of yourself, helping someone else, giving of your time, giving of your energy. And so to help the needy, I mean, all of us, most days, are just so blessed. Sitting around, we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and these poor kids are going to school with nothing in their tummies. And, my wife and I just had a daughter in November, so having a child has kind of changed my perspective a little bit, too. So I'm so excited to be able to be a part of this and to be able to give back and help the community. And, Lord knows how many families will touch because of this. And I'm just very grateful for that opportunity.
Well, I know that FoodStock, they were excited to get you as a part of this, and they always are excited to have Steel Radiance and have this band here too. And I know with the women that are part of this band, it means a lot to them too. And I know you hear from them too, don't you, Deb?
Oh, they do. They do. They're like, are we going to play FoodStock again? We just love it, and we just want to give our time and give to them, the community. And I know firsthand, with my situation with my brother-in-law, he had to use the food bank, and we helped. And then one of my clients said, "Hey, there's a food bank right here in Mannheim. Go there." So I took him there, and it was amazing, And I was like, it just, it meant a lot. And I was like, this is what I'm supporting, and just to see that they're giving back to people and what they're doing for. the community is awesome.
Yeah. Well, thank you for participating. I can't wait to hear you both and all the other bands
Thank you.
too. And thanks for stopping by today.
Yep.
Thank you.
When we come back, we're going to find out more about the bands and the difference that this is really going to make in the community. Stay with us. Enjoy Mormon Tabernacle Choir, music in the spoken word, Sundays at 8:30 till 10 a.m. and 10:30 p.m. till midnight on LCTV 66, your local connection. We're back talking about FoodStock. It's coming up on Saturday, July 28th at the fabulous Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair, 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. With us right now, we have the Vice President of the FoodStock Board. We have Bobby D. Hello.
Hello, hello.
And you are also a drummer?
Yes.
Yes, we want to make sure everybody knows that too, if they don't already. Angela Trout, you are Director of Development and you're with Conestoga Valley Christian Community Service.
That's correct.
And you are the recipient, the major recipient of this year too. This makes a big difference in the community, doesn't it?
It does.
What's it going to do?
Well, we provide food and clothing to the community. Our food bank is open to people in the Conestoga Valley School District. And our clothing bank is available to anybody living in Lancaster County. Okay. So our main missions are to help people with food insecurity, to supply them food, and also to combat childhood hunger. So we have several programs that address childhood hunger.
Okay, so that's what this really helps to fuel.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. This is a great connection, isn't it, Bobby, to be able to do this?
Oh, by all means. In fact, this will be year 2 for helping this particular organization because they do so much. And I'm a firm believer that little becomes much when you put it in the master's hands. And from a board perspective, everything that we were trying to do, everything that we were talking about, they were already doing it.
Yeah.
So it was just a
good fit.
A good match.
Yeah, good
Great match.
Well, this is going to be a fun-filled day with
Yes.
a lot of great music, and I know you and I have talked about the bands and all this different music we're going to experience.
Yes.
So 2 of the bands we didn't talk about in the last segment, we're going to shed a little light on. Corsair Blue Jazz Orchestra. Tell us about that.
Well, in all honesty, from a musician standpoint, my goal is to support the mission of my president. And he kept telling me about them, and he said, you got to hear them, you got to hear them. Like, okay, boss, whatever you say. But again, when Tom contacted them, they were right on board with it. So I think our audience, they're going to benefit from the plethora of music that FoodStock is bringing in this year. It's great.
And this specific band, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a big band.
Yes.
How many pieces do you know? It's at least
12 to 15, I
somewhere
believe.
there. And
Yes.
I think they have a common background. Aren't they related some way, shape, or form with Manheim Township High School? I think there is some thread that's running through there with that I'm getting the nod, so yes. That's accurate.
Yes.
Yes.
We're trying our best to stay
Yeah.
local.
Because they also were a part of what is the Lancaster Roots and Blues Festival.
Yes.
And I know people are familiar with them
Yes.
that way. They've also played over at the Emerald Foundation, so you can
Yes.
see them all over.
Yes.
So this is going to be great. This is right after Rob opens up.
Yes.
And we'll have them. But then at the end, it's what, Vinyl Groove?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Vinyl Groove, it's a musician's band. If to me, when it comes to performance, stage presentation, they've set that standard. So you'll have musicians who go to their venues just to say, okay, how is Vinyl Groove going to throw this down? And I enjoyed listening to them, and it's just,
They're good.
they came on board. And again, they wanted to be a part of the FoodStock movement and the cause. And it was just, yes. When Todd called and said they were on board, I was like, oh my, wow. We're getting there.
So we could always do a little search and find out what we're in for too.
Yes.
And then the website that we can go to is what? It's FoodStock?
We have foodstockpa.org or go to the Ren Fair their website.
Okay.
And there's a link on their site which takes you right to the FoodStock site.
And you've got a website too that we can check out.
We do. It's cvccs.org.
Okay. What are we going to find on there?
It'll be information about our programs and about ways that people can help us provide the services. And one of those ways is donating or holding a food drive at your church or your business. You know, getting a bunch of people together and collecting food. We have a lot of support from area churches. And we have some churches that do it quarterly or 3 times a year, and we get a lot of food and we weigh it, so we're able to relay to those organizations, this is how many pounds of food you donated and what we'll be able to serve our clients.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
That's great. Now, there are a lot of sponsors that have come together that really help to make a difference here. And I just want to do some quick shout outs.
Okay.
Because we've got Iron Valley Harley Davidson, and according to you, there's going to be something that, we won't be disappointed?
No. In fact, Harley Davidson again came on board as our sponsor, and we never know what they're bringing to the table till they show up.
And that makes it interesting too.
Yes.
So there's also some other auction items that are going on, and that's how some of the money's going to be raised too.
Yes.
Black Forest Brewery. We also have Mad Chef Brewery.
Yes.
Clementine's, which is right downtown in Lititz, I
Downtown
believe, right?
Lititz.
Union Station, which is in Columbia. Highland Pizzeria. The National Association Letter Carriers 273.
Yes.
Josephine's Pantry, which does a lot of work and help
Yes.
for fighting food insecurity, and my Aunt Debbie's Boutique, which is right downtown Lancaster here.
Yes.
So we've got some great sponsors that are a part of all of this. They're making a difference.
And as we had already stated, I'm not playing the event this year. I get to hang with my president, just making sure everyone else is having a great time. But I have to give a shout out to my sponsors at Vic First Sticks, Evans Heads, and Dream Symbols. When they found out the event was going on, the items for the drummers were FedExed, and
oh, wow, that's
brand new symbols from Dream. So it's their FoodStock is a cause, and sadly it's a cause that's not going away in this day and age. So the fact that we have these companies and local communities, local businesses getting involved, it's just, we can do nothing but grow.
Right.
Yeah, so
Looking
forward to it.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it too. Once again, it is on Saturday, and it is July 28th. It starts 11 a.m. till 6 p.m.
Yes.
Tickets are only $25.
$25,
which
yes.
is really good for all this great entertainment.
Yes.
There's food. There's going to be beer and wine there. It's going to be a great setup at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair. You can get tickets at the gate, but you can get them ahead of time at FoodStock website, also at the Renaissance website too?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
time,
us.
for being here. We're
Thank
excited.
you.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Excited too.
And we hope to see you at it too. Thank you for joining us today on Take a Look. I'm Diane Dayton.